Hello everybody, good morning. Welcome to Crafters TV for day 5 of Love to Craft. My name's Ben Moseby and look who's here. Look who's joined me for day 5. It's your day today, Leann.
It's my day today. I'm so excited, Ben, really I am. I can't wait to be here. It really is just such an exciting day. We've got so much to show you. We've got my favourite folders. I've been waiting so long for you to see these. You'll not be able to believe it when you see how useful they're going to be. We've got a masterclass, haven't we?
Yep.
And then Spectrum Noir, all the Spectrum Noir things. And then we've got a bit of an awesome show tonight with all of the deals.
We've got, I can tell you actually, I've got it all in my brain. We've got the masterclass coming up for you at 2, so that's everything Spectrum Noir. I was saying to Leann, I love these days when we have masterclasses because I feel like I still learn a lot. You guys can learn a lot as well, and when it comes to Spectrum Noir products, there's no one better to have in the building. So get your questions in. You can send them in this morning if you want, but during that masterclass, let's make it nice and interactive. Ask the questions, anything you wanted to know but were too afraid to ask. Do it today, because that's what we want to do. And then later on tonight is the official launch of these brand new, amazing folders and dies. Already busy for these, and when Leann gives you a bit of a sneak peek in just a second, you will want to snap them up. As always, what we've done with this brand new launch is giving you a launch. We've also done a showstopper, a limited amount of showstoppers, which again we'll go through as we head through this show. Just before we get into the bones of it as well, there is so much to tell you about today. Of course, Love to Craft day 5, so those amazing deals continue. You'll see the yellow stickered items. It comes up on the screen for you, but search for them on the website, shop the day, shop the show. The yellow stickered items give you your initial discount, then a further 15% discount. Then, of course, you'll get your Club Inspired discount on top of that as well. So 3 amazing discounts on some awesome products. Also on the website today, check out the Last Chance Saloon section because there's some phenomenal deals there that you will not want to miss. And because it's Friday and because we can, it is Fiver Friday. So basically, on the website, you'll find a section of a whole host of amazing deals that are only going to cost you £5 or $5. We'll have a look at that a little bit more detail later on. But lots of reasons to be happy it's Friday and lots of reasons to stay with us right throughout the day. But let's talk about this brand new launch. You'll be able to grab it this morning, officially launching later on. But no word of a lie, Leann, you have been super excited about this brand new product, haven't you?
Oh my word, I have been so excited, Ben, because, you know, I've been crafting for too many years to mention. Yeah, really. And one of the things that frustrated me always is I wanted to use a beautiful folder design, especially if it was a frame, but then I wanted to do some matting and layering in the middle for sentiments or for an image or for something like that, and then trying to find the right die in my stash which would match the shape of the folder, maybe 2 different manufacturers. That wasn't quite the right shape. I had to trim it, then it wouldn't look very right. I was just frustrated, and so I thought, you know, I'm going to just do a whole collection which fixes that frustration for you. So what you get in every packet is your 3D embossing folder, which is a beautiful frame design. You can see that there. And then the matching set of perfect dies which fit in the aperture for you. So that allows you to mat and layer. It allows you to cut out that aperture if you want to. Oh, if you get that the right way up.
Oh, hello.
There we go, hello. So you can see inside the perfect shapes to be able to do your matting and layering. It allows you to do maybe a shaker card in the middle there, the perfect size. And if you're like me and you're not brilliant with a craft knife, that is going to change your life. Then you've got, you know, you can see the beautiful little square there to pop a sentiment inside. There is so much craftability with these, Ben, even on the top of a box, as you can see there.
Yeah.
So you're going to absolutely love them. Everything you can do with an embossing folder, of course you can do with these. They're just exquisite 3D embossed designs. Having that extra little set of dies to make your life easy when you want to cut out that aperture or 3D from the aperture really is going to revolutionise how you use them.
Oh, it makes life so much easier for you, doesn't it? It's a brilliant collection. I know there's been a lot of excitement about this as well because you had a bit of a sneaky peek last weekend on First Look. And I know lots of you have been talking about this collection. And I know lots of you have been waiting for the official launch because you're thinking, yeah, I'm going to pick those up, but maybe I'm going to grab that cheeky little showstopper as well, which we'll go into detail about in just a few moments' time. Shop this morning is all I'll say. I've got a funny feeling this is going to be a busy, busy day. So don't be in that mad scrum later on launch when everyone's trying to get their hands on it, when everyone's woken up. If you're up early now, if you've made the effort to get up, grab those deals now and then you can relax through the rest of the day. We're going to have a quick look at the website for you as well because it is Fiver Friday. And there it is on the website for you. There's so much. Look at Leann looking lovely amongst the hearts and all Valentine's-y.
There, Ben.
I can't wait. Make sure you stick with us today because Leann tells me we have got a very, very funny video coming up a little bit later, which you will not want to miss. But there you go, Fiver Friday. Click on that and you'll be able to see a whole host of amazing deals. And now I was looking for this earlier on and there's already been sellouts. But as you can see, we've got stamps and dies. You've got some Totally Tiffany goodies in there. There's some Spectrum Noir goodies. There's paper pads. There's card stock. There's stamps. Look at the unicorn from the Enchanted Dreams collection. That's in there. The gnomes are in there as well. The that amazing embossing folder with the stencils. Fiver. Are you joking me? There's some incredible deals right there. You'll have to be quick because the thing is, again, with the last chance category and then the Fiver Fridays, stocks aren't huge on those. So do delve in, grab them. It's end of lines really. And the thing is, it might be the kind of thing that you need maybe to tip you over into your free shipping potentially. But grab those deals because they are incredible. Must say a few hellos as well. Busy already on the socials. We've got Radical Rachel this morning. Alicia says good morning and greetings from Arkansas. Michelle says good morning all. Morning. Melanie D's in. Morning to Sarah who says hello Leann, Ben and the Crafters TV team. Sarah posted the card I made for you. Posted it yesterday by my very own fair hand. I made a card all on my own the other day. Eh? I did pay for the stamp, Johnny. I did pay for the stamp as well. Made the card, signed it and everything. Oh, what am I like? Marcella says, good morning, everyone. Linda's in from Maryland. Rachel's in from Brighton Beach, South Australia. Sandra says, good morning, Leann, Ben, team, social media superstar, crafty family and friends. It's very cold here in Middleton, St George. Yes, go Middleton, St George cricket team. Whoop. Lynn's in saying good morning from the Isle of Wight. Pam's in, or Pamela, from a chilly Stevenage. And Kathy Green says, love, love, love the shipping. We'll talk about this. I ordered Monday and my package arrived in Mechanicsburg on Thursday. Yes, yes, to Mechanicsburg in 3 days. Boom. As Sarah would say, boom shakallah.
Is that the new postage system that's done that?
It's UPS, that is.
2 to 3 days to the US of A.
To Mechanicsburg.
To Mechanicsburg in the US of A.
Yes. Yes.
That is exceptional, Ben.
It is exceptional.
It means you don't have to wait any longer.
I know.
It's just like shopping in the UK. You wait longer in the UK.
Oh, you blooming do, don't you? You do.
I ordered something last week on Tuesday, still hasn't arrived.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What it is we've teamed up with UPS, you see, who are super speedy, and we're getting items out to you within 2 to 3 business days after dispatch. And here's the brilliant thing: you think, oh, well, it's super speedy now, so they're going to be charging us more. No, here's the ridiculous thing: it's less. It's less. $9.95 is your standard shipping now, and we're getting it to you quicker too. As we said yesterday, less shipping, more shopping.
Oh my word, I love that. Ben, can I just say, I'm obviously hearing this for the first time. I'm a little bit discombobulated about it because the thing that I bought last Tuesday, which still hasn't arrived, very important yarn to make some gifts for my granddaughters, I paid $5.95 to have that express shipped just in the UK. Now, when you think that $9.99, I've got my finger out.
The finger's out, yeah.
I feel I'm going to be sending a very well-worded customer service email.
I would.
When you think just for those extra few dollars and you're going thousands of miles to another continent, how amazing is that?
I know.
Wow.
Go us, right?
Yeah.
Christine Mahoney says, I ordered the launch yesterday. I cannot wait. Hello, Ben, and lovely Leann and team. And Christine also saying maybe you should move to the US.
Yes, please.
Yeah?
Yes. I'm up for that. I'll move. Can I be in Christine Street? Because then when I run out of a bit of paper, I know where to go.
Christine Street, I love it. Karen Carter says, Ben, no more deals. You are killing me. And Carolyn Wilson says, good morning from Florida to one of my favourite duos. Yes, Moss and Seisel, the crafting detectives, are back. We still need to, I know we keep coming up and talking about all these things. We still need to film that.
We do.
Detective series opener.
Detective series, yes, we do. That would be so funny. I'm excited about that.
We will definitely do that at some point.
I feel I need a beret. I need a beret.
Yes.
And a Mac. And a long,
yes.
like a trench coat.
And a magnifying glass.
And a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be a bit more like maybe Hawaiian shirt, baseball cap, moustache, and I'd be like sliding across the car bonnet.
Nice, I like that. A bit like Magnum PI.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I would be more of the hello type.
What?
Hello. You know an hello?
Yeah.
When they've got the Macs on and the berets and the scarves.
Yeah.
You know them, like
I know,
that
yeah.
undercover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I like that. Well, yeah, I think that would work.
I know I look like Miss Marple, but I'm going with the French chic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny laughed at that.
Yeah. Johnny.
You weren't supposed to laugh at that, Johnny. You're supposed to say, Leanne, you don't look anything like Miss Marple.
You look nothing like Miss Marple.
Thank you.
French chic, that's what we're going for. Anyway, Moss and Sizel coming to your TV screen soon. This is the collection of the brand new 3D embossing folders and dies. Now, the Showstopper collection is on your screen right now, where basically you're getting to get all of the 4 designs there, plus some added extras. Now, I'll show you the boards in just a second, but just so that you understand what we've done for the Showstopper, and by the way, there is a limited amount of these. We've hopefully got a lot of the embossing folders to go round. However, of the Showstopper, already 10% of the stock has gone. Within the bundle, you are going to get this beautiful set from the Vintage Butterflies collection, your gilding flakes. You're going to get one of our round blending tools, and you're going to get your water reactive ink pad in the smoke plume. So that there, you're paying an extra £5 or $5 for, but actually, it would cost you £16 or $21. So it's a great way to get sort of added extra into your cart. And again, items that you're going to be using alongside these brand new 3D embossing folders and dies. They are brilliant, and I'll just quickly show you the designs that you're going to get here within this set. So you've got your beautiful rectangle in there. You're then going to get the square in there too. These are so phenomenal. And of course, yes, you've got a beautiful embossing folder, but as Leanne's just shown you there, you've got all of the dies to work and sit perfectly within that to create those frames and to create, you know, the layered elements to go within your embossing folder as well. You've even got that gorgeous diamond too. Just so simple to use. And honestly, again, if you're fairly new to crafting, if you're somebody perhaps who wants to make quick, easy, but professional looking cards, this is certainly a collection to jump in and go for. And can we just also point out that the official launch is today, but you're already saving $14.97 or $22.11. So off the launch price, like this is what you should pay because it's launched today. So you think we should charge you the full price. We give you a discount and then you still get your Club Inspire off that as well. So for the Showstopper, it's $32.77 or $41.30. And Michelle says, wait, what? You get dies with these? Yes, that's the genius with them, the embossing folders working with the dies for you to be able to create the most fantastic cards. And like Leanne says, it's kind of like solved a problem that a lot of people have, hasn't it, this set?
Absolutely, and it came from my own frustration actually, Ben, because you know I've got a lot of folders. I've got some beautiful frame 2D, 3D folders, some that I might have bought 15 years ago. I've had them a long time. And when I want to do the techniques that we're going to be looking at today, I've really struggled because I've had to either cut it with a craft knife. It never looks nice and neat when you do it with a craft knife. You always get a bit of a jaggedy edge. Or I've had to try and make another die set work when it wasn't made in the same path or shape as the space inside of my folder. It looked okay, but you could tell it wasn't quite made to work together. So I think, you know, just by having that folder and that die set, which do work together, makes creating the looks that you're going to see super, super easy.
Absolutely right. Let us know if you've jumped in and already grabbed this. Let us also know if you're maybe just thinking about going for the deal on its own, because if you don't want to go for the Showstopper collection, this is the price on your screen here. So still amazing, $28.77 or $37.30, but you can see the added value. So for an extra £5, £5, you're going to get all of those other goodies thrown in as well. I think it's worth doing, but I suppose it depends where your budget lies. If you do want to go for the Showstopper though, you do have to get in a little bit quicker with that, because going by sort of previous weeks with the Showstoppers, they have sold out, they have gone quickly, and what, we're 15 minutes into the day and already over 10% of the Showstopper stock has gone. So do jump in nice and early. If you know that you want these, buy them now, and then you can sit back and watch the official launch later on tonight at 6 o'clock. Right, let's see the genius behind these and see exactly how these are going to work. Which of these sets are you going to start with, Leanne?
I'm starting with Opulent Oval. I do love an oval.
Yeah?
I don't know what it is about an oval. I so much prefer an oval to a square or a circle.
I know what you mean. It's a little bit more...
It's just a bit more classy.
Classy, yeah.
Yeah, a bit more stylish. So we're going with Opulent Oval. And we're going to look at how to create this card, which is where we're looking at how to line up your dies and get that perfect aperture in your embossed piece. And those of you who've been following me for years know how much I love a dome card. So we're going to be making a dome and looking at how to put that aperture in. I think it's important to show you that straight off the bat. So a couple of things I've got ready to start. I've got my piece, which is going to be the dome.
Domey bit.
The domey bit.
Yep.
I've got my card base, my matte and layer, etc. But what I want to do is show you how to get the oval in the correct place, because you need to cut your circle before you emboss.
Yes.
Because if you emboss, then cut, you're going to flatten your emboss when you go through and cut it. So the emboss is the last piece.
I see.
Now what I do is make myself a little template, and then this now lives in my packet with my dies and my stamps. Because once I've done it, I don't need to do it again. So to do that, I simply embossed the piece on a piece of card which is exactly the same size as my folder. I then took my dies and lined up the largest one and run that through the machine and cut it. Now it has flattened that emboss. That is nowhere near as impressive as it will be. I don't mind, it's a guide. It doesn't matter that it's gone flat, because it's a simple guide to show where that goes. Now this lasts with me forever when I'm using this, because I can get the exact size and the oval's in the right place. If this flattens over time now, it doesn't matter, because my template is made and I keep that with my folder and my dies.
Gotcha.
So once I've done that, I've got my piece of card that I'm going to do my embossing on, which is my dome. So that's a little bit wider than the width of the folder. So the width of the folder is 4 inches, and that little piece there is 4.25. And then I've got half an inch on either side, which will create the dome. All I've done is put my little template over the top where I want the embossing to be, and then I've drawn around that with a pencil, which gives me the position I want on my domed piece ready to die cut. Then I just take my die and I take some repositionable tape. I'm hoping this is making sense as we go along. And I tape my die to the pencil line, and it doesn't have to be 100%, it just needs to be there. Put a little bit of tape on so it doesn't move, and then I'm going to pop it through my junior Ben.
Okay. And I guess as well, you could use these through your MIDI?
Yes, absolutely you can. Yes.
Good news, because I knew that question would crop up. Jeannie just saying, good morning. I have 2 of these folders. I cannot wait to see what Leann does with them. Give me some inspiration, Leann, says Jeannie. Oh, she will.
I will do my best. I will do my best. So you see, now I've cut that aperture out. You can't see any of that pencil or pen line. Because I've done my map, it's absolutely perfectly in the right place. You can keep that for a matte and layer if you want to. You don't have to. Pop your little die back. Make sure you keep your map with your folder. Don't let that go to pot, because it's important for you. It'll last you forever. And now what I'm going to do is ink my folder. So before I put my card inside there, I'm going to get this effect here. Ink my embossing folder. So what you do is you feel for the deboss area, and on these folders the deboss is the piece that does not have the Gemini logo on. So if you see the Gemini logo, it's the opposite side to get this effect that you need to ink. And then I'm just going to take a couple of my Harmony Water Reactive ink pads, and I'm going to take them straight to the folder.
One of my favourite effects that you guys do with embossing folders, this. I feel like we didn't see it for ages, and now, whether we brought it back into fashion or what, I don't know, but it's such a cool effect, isn't it?
It really is. There's so much you can do with it. And, you know, ombre in different colours, doing vignettes, there are so many different effects. So I'm just rubbing my first Harmony Water Reactive over the top, and that's with Polar Blue. And then I've got a little bit of parakeet, and I'm going to put a little bit of parakeet around the outside. So I'm just going to rub that on there, just to get a little bit of a vignette going. You can always add more colour afterwards, but you get a much nicer lay down of colour. You get that pop in an arty way if you do it this way. Because when you start to add your ink, if you've already embossed it, it colours these white pieces, and if you want those to remain white, this is the way you do it. So ink to the folder, and then what I do is just to make sure I'm getting it in the right place, and I don't want to smudge any of that ink that I've just put on there.
Yeah.
What I do is I line that up on the top here, so I can see where that aperture is. So you can see I've lined that up, my piece of card, so I can see where the oval is into the perfect place. Then I fold that closed. Okay, and that means I haven't smudged the lovely ink that I put on there. I then just run that through my... Junior, thank you, Ben. I was wondering about that word. Now, I'm just going to... This is 3D, so the sandwich you need may or may not need the magnetic shim.
Okay.
I'm going to first try it without, and if I feel I need it, I'm going to put it back through with the magnetic in. I would always say try without first. If it feels like it's a tight fit and you don't need it, you don't need your magnetic. But if you feel like it was a little bit loose, then pop your magnetic in.
Okay.
So I can hear by that noise, and I felt as the sandwich went in, it grabbed it more. I couldn't push it through, which let me know that you need the magnetic in there.
Yes.
Okay, so once you've done that, you can do the reveal. So push that down, and now when we bring that over, you see you get that really beautiful result. Isn't that gorgeous,
impressive.
Ben? So easy to do.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to give it a little dry, because it is Harmony Water Reactive, so it stays open for a little while. So I just want to dry it for a second.
Will you in a second as well, just for Alicia, recap on the measurements for the dome?
Of course. So the dome needs to be, the piece of card for the dome needs to be 4.25 plus an inch, so 5.25, and you'll do a score from either side on the left and right at ½ an inch.
Brilliant. There you go, Alicia. Ask the questions, guys. I really want to make it nice and interactive today, so anything you want to ask about this new collection, anything on the show, get those questions in, and Rachel will fire them over. And Carolyn Wilson just says, wow, 6:20 a.m. and I've already learned a great tip, and you will learn many more across the day. I'm sure of it. I will do my very best for you. Now, what I'll do is fold these in. I want to show you how to, I'm going to do it a little bit different to how I've done my other card, because I just want to show you options, Ben. And here's the thing. Just because I'm following one map of a card I did before doesn't mean you can't change it up with these folders, because there are so many different things you can do. Now, what I want to do is just do a little vignette of a darker ink colour. So I've folded my little flaps out of the way, so I can add that colour if I want, and it doesn't interfere with the areas that I'm gluing later. I'm going to take a tiny bit of Silent Night, one of my very favourite Harmony Water Reactive ink pads Silent Night?
Silent Night.
I have never heard of that one.
Yes, it was a limited edition collection for Christmas. Yeah, it's a beautiful navy blue.
Oh, wow.
And so I'm just going to add a little bit of a vignette around the outside there.
Oh, it is gorgeous, isn't it?
And it really does make it pop. Look how lovely that is. Look at the difference. It really does bring it to life. It makes the white look more white, so it really does stand out. So if you want it to stand out, just take a darker, this could be a black or a grey, a dark grey, it could be a deep purple colour. If you've got that in your stash, it doesn't have to be the Starry Night one that I'm using. Could be the beautiful teal colour that we have, you know, whatever you want. And then I'm just going to, on the very edge, and if I do one edge and show you one edge and then show you the other, you'll see, look at the difference. By just having that, it really does frame it a lot. So I'm just going to pop that around there, Ben.
Okay.
There we go. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, and so I've looked at the card I've done and I thought, oh, but I could do this. Oh, and I could do that. What if I did a bit of this? So I'm getting a little bit excited now. One of the things I think you absolutely have to have, without exception with this collection, if you haven't got it, get it. Go to the website. Oh, we've got them.
We've got them on the show. Yep.
You must have these gilding waxes.
Yep.
Because these are crying out to be gilded, even when you've done your inking, and just a tiny bit. So you see what I've done is I've took some from the pot, I'm on my glass mat, and I'm just making sure I've got a fine film on my finger.
Yes.
And then I'm just going to pick up some areas.
Light dusting.
Just to give it a little bit of a vintage. Oh, look, Ben. It is so lovely to do.
Yeah.
And it really gives... The intention with these folders was to give you that kind of Venetian, Baroque, kind of, what was his name, the painter on the Sistine Chapel?
Oh, Michelangelo.
Michelangelo, to make you feel like you're painting the roof of the Sistine Chapel.
Yes.
And your very own Michelangelo when you're doing this, because we really wanted the designs to be of that beautiful nature. Now look at that. Can I just take a moment? Now this is pretty. This is pretty, without a shadow of a doubt. It's pretty, and you can do that. But if you want to really ramp it up to the next level, look at the difference by adding a little vignette and a tiny spot of gilding wax there.
Amazing. That deserves to be on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel.
Thank you, Ben.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay, so to make your card, I've just got my little card base, and for this one, my card base is 4 3/4 by 6.
Okay.
Okay, and then I've got a little matten layer, so I'm just going to pop that in place with some all-purpose glue.
How great is this as well? Just like so far, even if you're fairly new, all of this is so super achievable. If you're making cards for the first time, or if you've just started, step by step by step, think about how amazing the projects you're going to be making are when you've got a system just like this. It really is truly incredible. And this, of course, just a first demonstration for you. Plenty more coming up for you later on. As a by the by, don't forget those gilding waxes. If you hit the Shop the Day button, you'll see all of those at an incredible price, 25% off. And the silver's back in stock as well. So we've got the full range. It's 4 different golds, isn't there, in the silver?
There is. And they're exceptional. There is not another gilding wax like them. If you've tried other ones and been disappointed, do not let that put you off getting these, because you will not be disappointed with these. They're absolutely incredible. Now, what I've done here is just cut a piece of white card, which is just slightly smaller. So this is 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. And what that will do is allow me to stick this little panel for the dome at one side there. You see me run my tape down, and then because it's shorter, now what happens is when you push this piece of card into that fold there, it domes the front for you, which creates that.
So good.
So having the smaller piece for the back and the slightly larger piece for the front creates the dome shape that you want for sticking that to the front of your card.
Yeah.
Okay. So then what I'm going to do is use my all-purpose again. I just use the tape pen, and actually you could use red liner tape to stick those little flap down to that piece of card, because you want it to grab instantly and you don't want to stand holding the wet glue for ages. So do that, and then lay that up in the centre of your little matinee, the little craft card matinee that I put down there. Give it a push, and you can use your scissors or a ruler to push down from inside. Try not to push down from the top, because you don't want to ruin your dome.
Yeah.
So you can do it in that way. You get a little bit of extra slide as well with that all-purpose glue, which means you get it in the perfect position for you.
Incredible.
And then what I've done is take my die set, and I've cut each one of those dies just with some contrasting craft card and peach card. Stamped a little sentiment, "You mean the world to me," on it. Laid them all up with some foam pads. Remember to always use your wet glue on the back of a foam pad. And then I've got that ready to go in as a topper. I like to use my wet glue again. Oh, don't throw it away. And then what I like to do is bring it down from inside. And then because I'm using my wet glue, now looking above it, I can see where I want that to land in the perfect place. If you use a tape pen or a foam pad, you're not going to have this wiggle that I've got here. So do your little wiggle. Get that in the perfect place. Little wiggle, wiggle. That's a good wiggle. That's a good wiggle, Ben.
Thank you.
And then I've just cut a couple of pretty little butterflies using the same coloured cardstock as the matten layer. Done a little bit of inking on them. A couple of little gems.
Oh,
and you can pop one or two. It's up to you.
I love
whether
it.
you're feeling extra or not extra. Entirely your choice. And you've got something really quite pretty and beautiful, just relying on that set of a folder and dies, and using the things that you've been collecting forever. All of your stash at home, all of your inks, all of your gilding waxes, you know, those kinds of things. You're going to be able to revitalise and refresh them and start enjoying them again with a collection that's been designed exactly for those techniques.
I absolutely love that. And in my little mind as well, you've only seen like one of the many different ways that you can actually use the combination of embossing folder and dies here as well. And I'm sure this is something that we'll explore further in this show and indeed later on the official launch as well, because the fact that you've got the embossing folder doesn't always mean that you then have to use the dies with it. You can use the dies, of course, separately as well. You can layer these up, of course, as you've seen here, to create this amazing effect. But also, I guess you could create like, what's it called, like invitage, isn't it, with the frames as well?
Absolutely, you could.
Tons of things you can do.
Tons of things you could do. And with the squares,
yeah,
don't lay them up square. Rotate them 45 degrees. Is it rotate them 90 degrees?
Yeah.
So you've got like a square, a diamond, a square, a diamond, a square, a diamond.
Oh,
so you know
yes.
you can rotate. There's so much you can do, Ben.
Do you know what? Like there's so many different combinations, and I think this is like hugely exciting. All the different ways you can use these dies and folders together. But you know, that first demonstration, that dome card. I mean, how stunning, how amazing, but how achievable for everybody. This is the point. You know, you've got a set here which makes life so simple for you to create the most stunning, and actually, you know, if you want stunning but really quick, easy cards as well. That is the full collection that you've just seen there. So the square, the rectangle, the oval, and then that gorgeous diamond. The showstopper collection not only brings you all of the embossing folders and dies, but you get these additional elements as well. So you've got the Vintage Butterflies Gilding Flakes kit. You've also got the round blending tool, and then one of our water reactive ink pads as well. That's in the smoke plume. So some really handy usable bits to go with your brand new 3D embossing folders and dies. You should be paying an extra £16 or $21 for this little bit here, but we're actually only putting an extra £5 or $5 on to the price tag. So you're actually only paying $32.77 or $41.30 if you're shopping in the US and you are platinum. Hugely exciting collection this, and you guys are absolutely loving them. Harold's saying, loving the gilding wax on the embossed card. So beautiful. Kirsty D says, Leanne, my son must have heard you mention a beret. He has just come into the room with his new cadet beret. Shall I pinch it off him for you? Lol. It comes with Yorkshire Regiment cap on the badge.
Absolutely you can.
Yep.
But my son also in the army. I have several berets in the house. So
right.
I'll be able to use one of them. But thank you, keep it. You let him keep his... But the Yorkshire Regiment, I have to say, my husband would be very pleased to hear because his family are from Yorkshire. So
excellent.
Well done you, young man.
Well, excellent. Kathy says, I have these because, well, I'm addicted to crafts, but I'm loving the demo. And Zoe Carver says, I've never done a dome card. It would be great for putting foam flowers in.
Yes, it's perfect for putting foam flowers in. And just make your dome really deep. So example, where I just put an extra 1/4 of an inch on, use your Gemini plates, put 2 inches on with your 1/2 inch flap and then your piece of card, and that dome is going to really come out, so it creates like that 4 frame for you, so you can pack them all inside. It looks fantastic.
Oh, such an incredible set. Absolutely stunning, says Carol McDaniel. And Sarah Brown, watching from Australia, says, Ben, thank you for the mention in your video. You're welcome. Had to get Australia, and didn't we, Melbourne? Had to. I think Ballarat's in there as well. By the way, we'll probably be seeing that at some point today, and also coming up very soon, a video which you won't have seen before, which we'll let Leanne explain about when we get to it. It's going to be so funny. Right. Next up, as part of our Love to Craft event, we're doing some amazing grab bags, and this is without doubt one of the best ones that we've done so far this week. A 60% saving. Apparently, producer Johnny is updating me that we shouldn't be doing this one because it's a 60% saving. But you know what? It's Friday. Producer Johnny, he just does what he wants. He does what he wants. They said you shouldn't put it on. He said, well, I'm producer Johnny, I'm putting it on. He's saving almost £38, that's what it's like, or $45. Platinum price, £20 or $28. Wait till you see what is in here. No word of a lie, right? I was looking through this bag earlier on, and I was going, oh, this is amazing, this is amazing. And then Tracy came along. Tracy was like, oh, there's 2 other embossing folders you need to go in the bag. I was like, say what? 2 more? Wait till you see what you're going to get. And it's not just any old embossing folders, because you're also going to get cut and embossed folders. And can I just say, how have I missed this one? I have never seen this one before, and it is beautiful. That's amazing, isn't it? Reach for the stars. Producer Johnny was saying this one. I've never seen this one before.
Have you not?
Nah.
Where have you been? Living under a rock?
Probably.
Yeah?
Yeah, probably.
I love that one.
I knew he was going to say that. Johnny's just gone, probably when he had a holiday last year. He was away for about a month. 5x7, beautiful cut emboss folder, embossing the stunning stars on there, and then giving you these 3 little apertures for you to pop in your own sentiments, make a shaker out of maybe, maybe pop in some of those cute characters, whatever you like. So that's included. Then also, again, and this is an unbelievable bag. You've got this beautiful 'Tis the Season Yuletide frame from the 'Tis the Season collection. Again, I feel like the 'Tis the Season collection passed me by. So I'm seeing this and thinking, I don't think I've seen that one before. So if you're like me, 2 completely new cut and emboss folders. Then you're also going to get, and I've seen this one before because this is one of my favourite cut and emboss folders of all time, from the Country Lane collection. That is the beautiful Gateway to the Country. Embosses that beautiful sort of woodland scene. And then you've got the little gate which stays on the hinge and opens up so you can create whatever scene that you want behind it. Now already you look at that and thinking, hang on a minute, £20, $28.
I mean, I'm just going to say we're losing money on this bag, Ben.
We got to be. We got to be.
Well, I know how much I pay for. I know how much I pay.
Yeah.
The factory for them.
Right.
Okay. So I can confidently tell you.
Yeah.
We are giving things, literally giving away. When we're making a loss.
Just to say as well, I felt like that's quite a bit of a stern look this way. It wasn't me that put the bag together. Not this time. Not this time. So don't blame me. I'm just the puppet on a string, doing what I'm told. Knitwick collection, Kindly Thoughts, the beautiful florals here. Another 5x7, stunning embossing folder. Then on top of that, you're going to be getting, oh, that's an empty packet, but you'll get a full one. The Bloom and Grow, 2 embossing folders in here, 7x2, 3D embossing folders, allowing you to build up these gorgeous scenes. These always remind me a little bit of that. I know there's only 2 of them, but like the triptych dies that we used to do, creating a scene, multi-embossing these. They're beautiful. Right, and if you're thinking, well, that's incredible, I can't be getting any more for £20 or $28, that's where you're wrong, see, because when I thought we were done, yeah, there's more. Tracy came along and popped in another beautiful embossing folder. This one is your polka dots. If I flip that around, you can just sort of see a little bit better the design that you're getting there. That's a big one as well, that one, isn't it? That's a big size folder. 5x7. And then also, 3D embossing folder. Again, how have I missed all of these? The Seamless Wave. Look at that beauty.
That is exceptional, that one, Ben.
Yeah. So, count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, hang on a minute, 5, 6, 7. 7 embossing folders. And you're gonna get 2 more to go in there. The bag's not big enough to fit them all in. We'll track those other 2 down. But can you believe it? For that price, £20 or $28, incredible. Snap that one up. There should be 8. Oh yeah, sorry. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay, I see. 6, 7, 8. 8 embossing folders. Whichever way you look at it. Amazing. You're saving £37, $44, £20 or $28 if you're a Platinum member. Please snap that one up and take it out of my hands because that is incredible. And then on top of that, I feel like you should be doing this one really, Leanne, because it's your Spectrum Noir day, because it's a Spectrum Noir grab bag.
No, you go on, you do it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go on.
You know what's in here, obviously?
I do.
Okay.
Go on, you be surprised.
Okay, I'll do this. Okay.
You do the surprise.
5-piece grab bag, 43 or 61, saving $18.45 or $26.95. Platinum price is here, right? Hopefully you're sat down at this point because we are going to give you, first up, one of our discovery kits. And let's just talk about this for a second. That's £15, $20, and the manga and comic one is the most popular.
The most popular.
Yeah.
And I think actually most popular because it's one of the ones which is really, when you do it, when you get it home, you're like, oh, I never thought I could do that. Mm-hmm. It's the one that's going to give you the most revelation in terms of your skills, and perfect for gifting to younger members of the family. Absolutely right.
For anyone who loves their manga, their comic art, you've got 2 classics, 3 illustrators, an art liner, and then all of the instruction and papers within that one. Then on top of that, you're going to get a set of our acrylic paint markers.
They're my favourites.
The essentials, because these are like you've got like the gold in there, haven't you? The silver, the black, and the white. And these literally go on anything, don't they?
They do, and you need that for the white for your alcohol colouring.
Yeah.
I mean, the others are great, and you're going to be using them all around the house all the time in all of your crafts.
Yep.
Fabulous. But the white one is the one that I use in Academy of Colour to put all of the highlights on everything.
Oh, perfect.
So if you want another one of those, this grab bag gives you loads of other stuff, and that white marker in there is that one.
And so what I love about these as well, just little things, the fact that you've got the little indicators on these as well, haven't you? So you know how much you've got left in them.
Yes, exactly.
So that's £20, $28, decent. Then on top of that, again, a set which I feel like I've not seen for ages, your twin tip metallic markers.
Amazing. Love them.
Again, you look at all the colours you're going to get in there. 6 of those included in the bag. For that price alone, it's incredible.
It's incredible. And they work on glass, on ceramic, on stones. They'll work on just so many different things, as well as obviously being fabulous in your colouring and your craft.
Also in the bag, can you believe we're still going? We're popping in one of our illustrators. That is the Aqua Blue AB2. Super handy, super useful. Try your illustrators out. And then one item, which I specifically seem to remember that I put this into a mystery bag once and was told you're not allowed to do that again. But I guess, you know, it's Leann, so she can do what she likes.
Wasn't that naughty?
Yeah, that is naughty because we were told not to put
I mean,
those
that's the case of do as I say, not as I do.
Oh, is it?
Really? Yeah, that's what that is.
A bottle of your glossy highlights. So again, can you believe all of that for £20 or $28? Again, lots of items in there that you can try. Lots of giftables in there as well. Incredible value for money. Snap that up. Please take that off my hands. I mean, those two today.
I mean, I honestly think someone's had a moment.
I think they have. The 2 bags there, are people kind of like D-Mob happy because it's Friday? Is that what it is? People are just like, it's Friday, just whack anything in there. That'll do, put it in, it's Friday, I'm going home at 4 o'clock. Whatever you want, whack it in there, I don't mind. Incredible, incredible. I mean, we're not going home at 4 o'clock.
No.
We're here till, we're 8 o'clock team. 8 o'clock. Yeah, we're here. Incredible deals. Let's just read a few comments. I don't think you guys can believe the deals we're doing today. I've never seen that either, Ben, says Jill, in the embossing folder. I know, the cut and emboss folder. Caroline saying, late today, sorry, but I've had some parcels to inspect. Shh, item. Oh yeah, shh, item. Launches on Monday, but appeared on the site early this week. The shh, you know the one. Shh, shh, shh. It's on the website now if you haven't seen it. Yeah. Launch on Monday. Shh. Don't tell Sarah you've all bought it.
I would go and get it now, though.
What?
I would go and get it now.
Yeah,
I would run to the website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's not many of them left.
No.
Shall I have a look at some other goodies that we've got? With it being a Spectrum Noir masterclass coming up for you, we have got 50% off, up to 50% off core items. We have got great deals for you as far as our storage and carry cases are concerned for Spectrum Noir. This is amazing. 10% saving for the universal carry bag. Now, this is going to hold up to 216 of your markers, 42 ink pads, and you can also, of course, put your trays in there, so it holds 18 pen trays, 14 of your ink pad trays as well, and it's just a great system. I mean, not only for carrying all of your bits and pieces around, all of your pens and your ink pads, Leann, but also just great for having it, because the front flap comes down, as you can see, so it's a great place to store everything and have it there if you don't have like a specific craft room, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's great for just keeping them stored and popping them in a cupboard and getting them out when you need them. Means they're not rattling around all over the place. And there is an excessive amount of pockets in there for all of your other stuff, ink pads and paper, etc., etc.
You're saving 10%, then your Club Inspire discounts if you're Platinum, that is $33.99 or $40.79. Another great saving as well on the carry case, which is specific to your tri-blend pens. So if you need a way to be able to carry those, this is great. Hold your 48 tri-blend pens. I really like this one because it looks the absolute business, and then you've got that center console where you can store all of your pens. And again, quite handy for the fact because you can take them out, can't you?
Yes, absolutely. Take them out, lie them flat to work with them, pop them back in to store them nice and neatly on a shelf, or if you have to carry them somewhere. It's very useful.
£27.19 platinum, $33.99 if you're shopping in the US and you're platinum. And this next one, your 12 marker storage wallet, again, I think this is super handy because perhaps sometimes you don't need to take all of your pens with you. Maybe, I know a lot of you, you like to go away and take some crafty bits and pieces with you. Maybe you're going to the caravan, going to a friend's house. Just a nice storage wallet, this one, isn't it? Just to take a selection of your pens with you, but it will fit the larger ones in as well, won't it?
So, yes, I was just about to say this is great for your tri-colour, tri-blend, tri-aqua, and if you think for all, you've got 12 markers in there, you've actually got 36 colours in there when you take it, so you'll have all of the colours you need. So perfect for your tri-markers.
Look at that price as well, £8.15 if you're platinum,
yeah,
$11.55. And then we've got the various trays for you as well. So your ink pad storage trays, so this is a 6-piece collection, will hold 18 ink pads. And just to say with this, obviously it's going to hold our ink pads as well, but it will hold a multitude of other brand ink pads as well, won't it, Leann?
Oh, it'll hold, yes, it'll hold them all. And if you can just see there, actually, there's a little lip, and that's so it holds the square ink pads for you, and they don't push right to the back so you can't reach them.
Yeah.
We put every kind of ink pad we could possibly get our hands on in the marketplace and made sure that they fit in those trays. So yes, not just for our ink pads, for any ink pad you've got at home.
Perfect, $10.87 or $15.97, and of course you've got your 6 there that will stack beautifully. If you want to buy more, you can stack them on top, you can stagger them as well. So lots of different ways to kind of store all of your ink pads, depending on what sort of room you've got in your craft room. And then we've also got the trays for your pens as well. So again, 6 trays here. This will hold up to 72 pens. And once again, the fact that you can stack these, stagger these, lay them side by side, it just depends what the layout of your room is. These will work perfectly for you. And isn't it great if you're going to buy all of these amazing Spectrum Noir products, to have the perfect system to store them and to have them there in front of you so you know where they all are. That is a 10% saving, less another 20 if you're platinum. That's £12.79 for the 6 trays, or $15.97. Now I'm very excited, and I'm going to let Leann explain this, but we're going to take a quick little break, and I'm as excited as anybody about this because we're going to see an exclusive premiere right now. What is this video we're going to see, Leann?
So, Ben, I'm often known in this business, in this company, as One Take Leann.
Oh yes, I heard that.
Because I'm normally not that bad. We've literally done whole DVDs in one day, one take. So I'm not that bad. Well, I can talk, Ben. Let's put it that way.
You can.
However, the little video we've been shown about Love to Craft, and you see our little snips on there and what have you. For some reason, on the day we recorded it, I wasn't firing on all of my cylinders, Ben.
Oh, no.
And what I would normally do in one take was several. And somebody captured the whole sorry event. Oh my word. I would just like to apologise to my mother, my husband, my son, to the owners of the business, and to anybody who knows me, because I let you all down on that day. I just couldn't do it. That was only a soupçon of how long that went on for. And you've seen Sam there, the very handsome Sam with his camera. He was losing the will to live by the end of it, I have to say. And at one point he went, "That will just do, Leann." I'm like, no, it won't just do. So a little snip about what goes on behind the scenes, but that was me not firing on all of my cylinders, Ben.
I absolutely love that. You notice as well, we had to put the music over the top. There's no sound there. Hopefully nobody can lip read.
Yeah, it would have been boop, bing, bing, beep, beep, beep. Oh dear.
We're going to come back to the showstopper. Can I just fire a couple of questions at Leann before we do? Because this is, honestly, when Leann is in, I love it that you can ask questions, because she is the lady to ask. So a couple of questions. Beatrice says, "Good morning to both of you from a sunny English Riviera." Ah, my neck of the woods, Beatrice, the English Riviera. Whereabouts in the English Riviera? Let me know. My family...
Do we have a Riviera in England?
The English Riviera is...
Where is that?
Torbados.
Where's Torbados?
Torbay.
Where's Torbay?
England. Brixham, Paignton and Torquay
Oh, okay,
make up
Torquay,
Torbay.
right.
Which is known
I've
as
been
the
to
English
Torquay.
Riviera. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, English Riviera.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You learned something new.
I know, it's a lovely part of the world. My mum and dad's still there in sunny Brixham. Love that. I love it. Love coming back home. Still call it home. But bitches, anyway, you're in the sunny English Riviera. Riviera. Marvellous. Leanne, what is the best starter ink pad set for a beginner in embossing and paper crafts, says Beatrice?
If you're wanting to ink them up, like I've just done with embossing folders, Harmony Water Reactive, the end.
Oh, there we go. Succinct. And Suzanne asks, with that big storage bag, are the pen trays in there or do we get them separately?
Separately.
I love how Leanne you didn't even need to see her there. I love how Leanne answers those questions succinctly and marvellous. Carolyn says, Leanne, you are adorable. And Sandra says, tell the truth, Leanne, you were just having too much fun throwing those red petals.
That is very true, although I'm sure we can't tell Jamie that because Jamie was the poor person who had to go around with a broom and sweep up all the petals every time I got it wrong and give me the petals back in my hands so we could do it again. It was fun. We all had a great time. We really did have a good old laugh. But I wasted far too much of everybody's time, so I must try harder next time.
Come on, one take. What do you like?
I know. Gosh, I need my crown back.
That's it, like, yeah, Leanne, full DVDs, one take, doing the Academy of Colours, one take, a few lines she's got to do for a promo.
I just couldn't do it, Ben. I don't know why. I just couldn't do it.
I was saying to Leanne before the show, actually, we had to film a bit the other day for something which is coming soon. Debbie Fisher and I've got to admit, I was in a bit of a grump the afternoon that we did it. Can you imagine that? This guy in a bit of a grump. And it was trying to learn some lines. Could I get the lines in the right order, in the way that they're supposed to be said? Could I, heck? And the more that I tried to do it, the less it went right, and it just took forever. So we've all been there, because like Leanne, one take Chivers. I mean, I'm normally, one take Mose, but oh dear, that day, it was about an hour, literally. Anyway, let's get back to our brand new launch, these amazing 3D embossing folders and dies. 7-piece collection is this, because you're getting the 4 brand new 3D embossing folders with the dies to accompany them. You can go for the brand new launch individually. However, we point you in the direction of the showstopper because that's what most people tend to go for. Better value for money in the fact that we give you these 3 additional elements this time. So these come with a showstopper. Would normally cost you £16 or $21 on top of the price tag. However, it's only an extra £5 or $5 to grab the set. And you're already getting a huge discount as well off the brand new launch. I say this every time, but brand new launch, officially launching today. In my mind, you think, well, if it's a brand new launch, it should be the full price. We never do that. We always give you a discount and we add in extras as well with the showstopper. So $32.77 is the platinum price, $41.30, and you get all of these sets. And as we've already discovered and talked about, these are so super useful. So many different combinations and ways for you to be able to work with these, whether you just use the 3D embossing folder on its own, whether you use the dies on their own. I love this, again, just a simple emboss, using all of the different layers of the dies to create that those mats and layers, popping on a little sentiment there, a little butterfly, a little bit of embellishment. I mean, you've got a quick, easy card there, but as you've seen, you can use the frames, multi-cut these, use them once, create dome cards. I mean, they're absolutely stunning. And also, just to say, you don't always have to go on the portrait with these as well. Flip them on the landscape, they're going to look absolutely amazing. Use the embossing folder on its own. Just use the dies on their own. There's so many different ways to use these, and you're just going to have the best time. You've got the square in there as well, and we've seen the oval, of course, just a few moments ago. And that's the other thing to say, I think, and what we do so well here is that we give you these amazing products, but then we never send you away empty-handed. You've already got one amazing demo that you can try for yourself when you get these home, and there'll be many more as well. The official launch of these tonight is 6 o'clock, 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, so do come back and watch those. And in the meantime, if you've got any questions about these you want to ask, fire them our way. Right, talking about demos, we're going to have another look at these. So we've already seen a fantastic dome card, that gorgeous letter pressing effect. What are you going to show us next, Leanne, with these?
So we're going to just do a bit of basic ink blending, and to the point you've just made, we're going to take the card I've just done, the design I've just done, which I did portrait, the way it was designed. We're going to turn it on its side and make it landscape, because that then makes a whole other plethora of options available to you. So I've just got a little piece of white card which has been cut to the size of the folder. And then what I like to do is just make sure I get that central to the design. So I just make sure that it's in the perfect place, and then we're going to run that through. And so I worked out that I need my magnetic shim last time, so I've got that in. And this is a 3D folder, so that's your clear plate, your cardstock, your magnetic, and your frosted shim.
Yep.
Now, if you need to shim up further, you can always have a look and check that. And what I like to do is just have a little peek, but I can see that that's beautiful, so I don't need to. So once you've run it through, you'll be able to remove it from the folder, and because it's a 3D, look at the depth of the emboss on there. It really is super, super beautiful, Ben. And you can see when I turn it over again, the deboss effect can equally look gorgeous. So not only can it be portrait, it can be portrait, emboss or deboss, landscape, emboss or deboss.
Yeah.
So many different ways of using it. I'm going to keep it on the emboss side, and I've got 3 colours of ink I'm going to use here. I've got my lemon tonic, my lavender ice, and my frosted sea glass. And I'm just going to take a little bit of the ink and randomly blend myself. I'm just going to show you what we're making so you can understand what I'm doing. Randomly blend myself, just a pretty pastel background. Isn't it pretty?
Very nice.
So pick up some of the ink and then just blend it in. And you can go with a heavy hand or you can go with a light hand. It's entirely up to you. And you're just going to choose random places to put the ink. Now, top tip from me, what I do when I'm doing this, it's a little bit like when you're planting plants in the garden, or embellishing your cards, or putting a composition together. 1s, 3s, 5s and 7s. Odd numbers always look better in a composition than even numbers. And so I would choose 3 areas for that ink. And then I'll move to the next colour and choose 3 areas, and so on and so forth. And that, while it's still random, makes it feel a little bit more composed, I suppose.
Organised random.
Organised random. Yeah. I mean, if you don't want to do that,
I think
go as random as you like.
Yeah, exactly right.
And then you can use a light or a heavy hand. It's entirely up to you.
A few people commenting about the colours that you're using. These were the they were limited edition, weren't they?
They were limited edition in the Frosty and Bright collection.
Gorgeous. Evelyn's just saying, love you, Leanne. You are amazing. We all have our moments.
Thank you. I have more than most.
And hi to Gareth, who says, these all look so nice. My credit card is going to take another belting. Hopefully not that much of a belting, Gareth, because I think these are nicely priced, and if budget allows it, I think you're picking up a tremendous set here. If it's versatility you're after, this is the set. I always think of our Debbie Robinson, who she always talks about looking at items and wanting products that aren't one-trick ponies, and this certainly, Leanne, if it's versatility you want, this is a great collection, isn't it?
Absolutely it is, because you're going to be able to do, just emboss it and leave it white. A white on white card in that monotone is beautiful. Do them on your darker colour cards. Do them on the card where you sand it back and reveal the core colour.
Oh, nice.
It'll look beautiful then. Use your inks as I'm doing here. Use your gilding flakes. Put your ink glue pad over the top and gilding flake over the top of them if you want to. Really so many different options, and you're always going to be thrilled with the result that you get. So continue and just do the inking. So I would continue to add up some more colour. I'm going to pause and move to one that I've already done. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, Ben, is bring the gilding wax out again, because I didn't on my finished card here. But I'm loving the look of gilding wax, I have to say, with these folders, and regretting the use of it. And I'm here, that silver's back in stock.
It is back in stock,
which is marvellous news for all of you at home. So if you haven't got it and you want it, silver's back in stock. I do exactly the same again on my glass mat. I take a tiny bit from the pot and then I rub it onto my glass mat, and I use my middle finger because I can't put too much pressure on with that finger. We're physically not able to apply as much pressure with that finger as we are with our index finger. And that's why you use it for putting on makeup. They always advise that you pat your makeup around your eyes with this finger.
Is that right?
Because you can't put too much pressure on.
Oh, I'm using the wrong finger. That's why I've got so many bags under my eyes.
That's what all the bags are for, Ben. So I do that on purpose so that you've just got a nice light touch when you come to gild it. And then just a little bit over the top is just going to make those embossed areas come to the fore.
The only makeup tip I ever heard was brushing upwards, you see.
Yes, brushing upwards, that works too.
Yeah.
Yeah, patting.
Dabbing.
Dabbing.
Yeah.
Now look, just on this one side with that little bit of gilding wax, and if I just pause and do the compare, makes a big difference, doesn't it? It's a tiniest little flash. You've got that lovely shine in there, but it really does make the design come to the forefront. And because I've rubbed it all on the glass mat and I've got a tiny bit on my finger, you can't really get too much on there. So I'm doing that there, and I'm going to do it on this little piece here. So what I've done is emboss another piece and ink it, excuse me, cut it in half and matte and layer it, because that's going to go on the front of my card, and you'll see why in a second.
And that's also why, of course, by the way, we've got 25% off the gilding waxes today, but that's also why they last so long, because if you haven't used them before, you might look at the pot and think, oh, well, it's quite a tiny pot. They last, I mean, they don't last forever, but you know what I mean? They last a long, long time, because you're just using so little, aren't you, every time?
They do, absolutely. Now, if you've got any stick away at home, stick away erases the gilding off your finger very easily. So that's good. Now it just literally emulsifies it.
Yeah.
And gets it away. And so it's also great for picking up off your mat. So if you're wondering how you get your gilding off the mat, a little bit of stick away, bit of kitchen towel, and you are ready to rock and roll on your mat again. Okay, so there's another little tip for you. Right, so now to put this card together, I've done a 6x4 tent card with a 1/4 inch flap on the front. Okay, and then I've done a little tent fold card, which is 2.5 by the width of the card, so that's 2.5 high.
Yeah.
And then all that's going to happen now is I'm going to take my tape pen along this little flap here, and that will stick to the inside of that little tent here.
I see.
And that creates me...
Oh, that's clever.
...my folded stepper tent fold card.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got that, and then I've got my piece that I've inked and gilded with a little bit of black matting and layering, so that can go on the inside of my card. Quick all-purpose glue application here. The best glue in the world, Ben.
I knew you were going to say that.
The best glue in the world.
Your fave.
My very favourite. Could not live or craft without it. Absolutely adore it. And the same for this little piece here. Now, when I've cut this in half, what I've done is make that front step on the card to be the size of half of my folder.
Yeah.
And that means when I do this and it's closed, it looks like the full design.
Very clever.
But then when it opens, you've got the design in there. So it continues that on. And when you stand it up, it continues the design on, which you can see there.
Love it.
Lines up beautifully.
Yes.
So I've done that. Then what I'm going to do is take all of my dies, Ben, and cut them. Now, for my mats and layers, if I had my Gemini plate, I don't know if I'll fit these all on here, but you'll get the idea. Let's put that there. Maybe I will. Because we've got the full set there for you, you can cut your mats and layers in one pass. So I really do like to do this, and I just like to decide where I'm putting them. So I'm going to have the biggest one is going to be black. Next one I'll have in the lilac colour. Next one I'll have black again. Let's get them off here. There we go. And then the last one will be white to stamp a sentiment on. I can line those all up on my pieces of paper. So we've got 4 separate nesting dies in that collection, which, you know, is great. And actually these, you can see, are a good old size.
Yeah.
So they're not just going to be tiny for these embossing folders. You're going to be using them for sentiments and for other nested matte and layering jobs that you need. Well, other than using them with the folders, Ben.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? You know, we've already kind of touched on a few ways that you've got craftability using all of these items together from this collection, but then you think of all the different ways you can use them out of this collection as well. I mean, those nesting tiles just so usable within your sort of general craft, but as a collection together with all of the extras that you get within the showstopper is amazing. There's loads of lovely comments coming through, which we'll have a read of in just a second. We're going to have a short break in a minute, give you a chance to check out. So I know there's lots of baskets getting ready to check out, but you don't want to miss the demos, do you? So we'll do that in just a few minutes.
Okay. And you'll take more time than I am here because I just want to show you. And that doesn't matter if that happens because white card's the same on the reverse as it is on the front. So we're good to go. I'll tidy that up in a second. Then what you've got with your little set of dies, and you've got this for every set, Ben, you've got the perfect mats and layers to lay up and really frame, if you use a foam pad or the 3D glue gel, really frame the little sentiment that you want to put on there. And of course that is the perfect size for the centre aperture in your embossing folder. You see it matches perfectly. Yes. Which then makes that really stand out lovely, doesn't it? I love it. And then you can just choose how you want to decorate your card up yourself. You can, you know, put your little flowers on, pop a little bow on there. And do you know what? Even you've obviously added that extra step a bit, right? But even if that wasn't there, and the underlayer that you've got there is just your card on a normal card blank. How simple but yet effective is that? Yes. Even if you're new, it makes you look like a complete pro, doesn't it? Absolutely it does. Incredible. Completely agree with you. Now I've just done a couple of little die-cut flowers because I had some in my stash. Yeah. And I've inked them up in a complementary colour or used a complementary cardstock. They can just go wherever you fancy them. Beautiful. And what I do, this is another top tip, when you're doing this and you're putting your leaves on, I find it easier to put the glue gel in and then poke the leaf in to the glue gel where you want it to go, and that gets it stuck. And then when you put your flower down, the remaining glue gel will grab it, but your leaves are in the correct place. And there you go. Really quick and easy, really pretty, and it just needs time to stick. There we go, give it a little push. And you can see the difference between adding a little bit of gilding and not. And the choice is yours. You can choose. Do you want to put a little bit of gilding wax on there? Do you not? Both of them beautiful. You're just going to decide. Oh, brilliant. I mean, 2 amazing projects so far. Hopefully you're inspired. Hopefully you are jumping in and grabbing these, and loads more to come tonight. The official launch of these is this evening at 6. 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, but of course you can get the deals now, and that's what so many of you do. You get up early, you grab the deals, and then you come back for all of the inspiration later on. There's so much love for this set. Sarah Brown saying, I'm loving your demos, Leann. You are one talented lady. I just love you, says Sarah. Sarah, yes, what time is it? It was 4 a.m. the other morning, wasn't it? And what time is it now? Just gone midnight tomorrow already into Saturday. We appreciate you staying up so early with us, or late as the case may be. Jean Marie Penny says, blast! There goes my no-buy promise. These naughty folders have just jumped into my basket and checked out. That's what happens, you see. There's no point making promises you can't keep, honestly, especially when you've got collections like this. A fifth of the stock of the showstopper has gone. These don't officially launch for another 5 and a bit hours, so please do not wait, because more people will wake up, particularly across the pond, where it's just gone 7 o'clock, just gone 4 a.m. We've got so many of our US viewers who are yet to wake up, so the fact that we're talking 20% of the stock of the showstopper is already gone, that should start to ring alarm bells in your head of you thinking, I must get these now. If you love them, there's no point in waiting. If you love them, you may as well get them now. Get the showstopper, get those extra goodies, £16, $21 worth of extra goodies for an extra £5. And then you are good to go. Gareth's already jumped in. As I say, Jean Marie's already got these as well. And Kathy says, when did these 3D folders come out? Today. Today, Kathy, they are here. They are officially launching tonight, but this is the first you've seen them here on Crafters TV officially for sale, and so now is the time to jump in and grab them. Uber useful, uber fun, uber creative. Get them whilst you can. We're going to take a short little break, give you a chance to check out those baskets, as I know there's so many of you waiting to do that. And then when we come back, we're going to have a look at some of these Spectrum Noir goodies that we've got coming up in our masterclass, which is our next show this afternoon at 9 o'clock Eastern. But right now, as I say, head to the checkout and we'll come back with more inspiration in about 3 or 4 minutes' time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. will also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
Roses are red, violets are blue. We love to craft and I know you do too. So from the 6th to the 12th of February, we're going to be hosting a really special Love to Craft event. So all of our craft experts are going to be doing masterclasses using the products and the techniques that we love the most. So here's the team to tell you a little bit more about it.
So you know me and I love die cutting. On Monday I'll be having a whale of a time with some beautiful creator card dies. Join me then.
It might be gloomy outside, but I'm going to be bringing summer to you next Tuesday with the Nature's Garden Wisteria range.
What's better than die cutting and card making? It's layering your die cuts on your card. Come and join me for a masterclass on Wednesday.
And on Thursday, Ben and I are going to be bringing you the most incredible cartload with deals that I just know you'll be head over heels for.
Why not brighten up your Friday with a pop of extra colour? I'm going to be here for a masterclass that I know you're going to love.
Saturday is my box making masterclass, so I hope you can join me and get creative.
Do you like making your handmade cards and gifts a little bit more special? Then craft along with me on Sunday for all things personalisation.
There'll be new deals launching every day so you can find everything you need to fall head over heels in love with craft again. Join us on Crafters TV, where you can find your new crafty love.
That was take 42, that one?
Take 521.
I love that so much. I'm glad it's not just me that has off days like that, honestly. There's just days, isn't there, where you just can't get it right.
Absolutely.
Dear. And usually the days when everyone else wants to get it done in 20 minutes, that's when I tend to fall apart. Right, let's have a quick look. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through, by the way. Lots of you loving this show. Do you know what? Great time for you to pick up some ink pads. And the cartload that I had week before last, so I put a little post on my Facebook page and said, what do you guys want to see? I had in my mind ideas of things that I wanted to show you. And a lot of you were talking about ink pads, ink pad bundles put together. And whilst we had a few on that show, nothing like we've got here. So it's great that we're able to bring you a selection of our ink pads in all the different styles with an amazing Love to Craft discount on them, all right? So, this bundle here of your opaque pigment ink pads, normally £60 or $90, you're getting a 15% saving on, less another 15%, then your Club Inspire discount. You know, normally when we put these bundles together, you might get like an initial 10 or 15% discount. So to have the discount plus your Club Inspire is incredible. So your pigment ink pads, your opaque pigment ink pads, great of course if you like to do your blending, great if you like to do your heat embossing techniques. We put a lovely collection of colours together for you here. So you're going to get 10 in total. You've got your straw bale, And then you've got Parakeet. You've got Oasis. Every time, George in my ear. Mad for it. You'll have to do it over the God mic, George, next time. You've then got the Fuchsia. You've got Sandstorm in here. Back to the Fuchsia. Pumice. You've got Green Topaz. Damson Wine. Crushed Velvet. Oh, and I'm not seeing this one for a while in a bundle. That gorgeous Chinese red is a super, super colour. I did think that had gone as well, actually, but that's included. So there's 10 beautiful colours in your opaque pigments. Okay, so $36.66 is your platinum price, or $55.02. Next up, Quick Dries. Once again here, you're getting your Love to Craft discount on this. So this time it's a 10% saving, which is what you might get normally if we were doing a deal for you, but then we give you an extra 15% plus your Club Inspire discount. And once again, 10 here. Perfect for that, you know, if you're looking for your sort of crisp, quick stamp, these are absolutely perfect. So Twilight Grey and Pink Tulip. You're going to get Pine Tree. The orange is beautiful as well. Oasis. You're going to get the Lemon Tonic. Lagoon. Oh, you've got some absolute cracking colours in here, because to go with that Lemon Tonic, you've then got the beautiful Honey Pot, and then the beautiful Crushed Velvet, and the Baby Blue in here too. $36.66 or $55.02 for all of those. And then we do the same deal on a selection of 10 of our water reactives. So again, if you like to do your blending, these are perfect. But if you like to do all of those different sort of watercolour techniques, again, these are the ones that you want to jump in and grab. 10 colours once again. You're getting a 10% discount, less that other 15% for Love to Craft, less your Club Inspire discount. So once again, Platinum members are down from what should be £60, $90 to $36.66 or $55.02. And just to go through the colours once again here, I think it's quite nice actually, because we've matched a lot of the colours up across the different styles of ink pads for you as well. So again, if you want to have lots of different colours across the different styles of ink pad, you might think about picking up a couple or maybe all three of these bundles here. But you've got your Crushed Velvet and Twilight Grey, Anthracite, Sandstorm, Smoked Pearl, you've got Pumice, Parakeet. I can hear that George is on edge here, thinking that Oasis is coming up. He's thinking, yeah, you've got Seal Brown. You can stand down, mate. You can stand down. You've got Grasshopper, and then you've got beautiful Spar Blue in there as well. Gorgeous. I think that is the first time that I've seen that beautiful colour, but a lovely selection once again in your water reactives. $36.66 or $55.02. So for those of you that were asking for great bundles across our ranges of ink pads, there you go. You're welcome. You've got all of those there. A great way to stock up, as I've said, because you normally don't see a big discount, and here we've given you a big discount plus an extra, and then your Club Inspire discount on top of that as well. Also a great day to be picking up on your illustrators. We have got 32 pens in total here in this collection. So these are your 4-packs. I'll show you all of the different colours that you're going to get, but these are those gorgeous dual tip markers. You've got on one end that super fine detailed nib, and then on the other end you've got that gorgeous, beautiful brush nib. Great for your expressive strokes. Great these as well if you're kind of getting into doing things like colouring your hairs or your sort of floras and faunas. Really beautiful for doing that. Artist quality for an amazing price. You're going to get, as I said, 32 pens here. I'll show you all of the different colours that you're going to receive, and then we'll chat to Leann about these. I know she's got a demo up her sleeve on these. So you're getting this is incredible, a 20% saving, less another 15% for Love to Craft, then your Club Inspire discount. So if you're Platinum, again, $54.34 or $65.06 if you're shopping in the US. So all of these colours are included across the range. So Botanical, all of these beautiful colours. And again, I love it for the fact that you've got colours that are going to work beautifully together across the range, but then also colours that are going to blend beautifully too. So you've got your Botanicals in here, your Basics, you're going to get the Stylish, I mean, there's loads, isn't there? Natural, again, great for your skin and your portraits. You've got Aquatic in there, all those beautiful blues. You've got the Verdant. you have your delicates, and then lastly in this collection are all those essentials, which includes that blender pen as well. $54.34 or $65.06. I suppose the initial question with these, because one we get quite a lot, Leann, is who are these illustrators for? And if we have got sort of beginner colourists today looking to get started, are they good for beginners as well?
They absolutely are, Ben. And I think for me, I always advocate, buy the best you can afford. And if you buy the best you can afford, then you're going to get a great experience. Now, Illustrator are our most premium marker in the whole Spectrum collection, and there's a reason in the Academy of Colour that I put a brush nib in there, because a brush nib opens up so many different techniques to you. Don't get me wrong, there's a place for classique and there's a place for tri-blend with the bullet nibs. I do love them and they are great, but if you're wanting a softer blend on skin or a more natural movement on hair and on foliage and in folds of dresses, etc., having a brush nib will really make that much more accessible for you. And so actually for a beginner, you might be surprised to hear that I would recommend the premium marker, because you're going to get a great result straight away. And of course, we've got all of the other markers in the range. They all have a place. They all work together. But I always advocate buy the best you can afford, and then you will have an improved experience.
There we go. And with these as well, we've got a lovely selection of colours. Obviously, one end you've got that super fine nib. The other end you've got that brush nib, and that again, it's that Japanese brush nib, top quality. So this allows you to be, like you said, more expressive with your strokes. And you talk a lot when we have the illustrators about that flicking technique, don't you?
Absolutely. I mean, I can demonstrate that for you very quickly, Ben. Before I colour in an image here, I've just been doing some little swatches here for my flesh, but I'll just pick up one of these brown markers and show you the difference. So you've got the Japanese brush nib on here, and you're flicking. When you do flick, you want to have your wrist anchored on the desk, and you flick with your fingers only, not with your whole hand. Right. So I'm going to wait until you can see my whole hand. Thank you very much, George. Thank you. So my whole hand is on the desk, and I'll flick with my fingers. Yeah. So my hand is not leaving the paper to do the flicks.
I see.
Okay, so hand down. And then when you do your flicks, you get this beautiful, controlled, fine, tapered flick to what you're doing. Really lovely. And that's how you build up texture such as this for hair.
Well, I say you can see that in just the flicks, how that's perfect for your hair.
Yes, absolutely. Now, depending on how wide you would like your flick to be, you'll angle your pen. So that was perfectly upright. If I just angle my pen a little bit, you see I can get wider and longer. If I angle it a little bit more, so move away from the card, my hand is still stuck on the mat. Hand still stuck on the mat, but I've moved away from the card and I've angled my pen a little bit more. Now I can go wider and longer again. If I really move, and then this time I've moved my hand right to the top of the pen, so I'm going with free expression now. So I'm tiny controlled flicks here, and I move up the pen for the length of the flick. If I go right to the end of the pen and really angle it, I can get beautiful, big, broad, depending on what you're colouring in and what texture you want. So that's why a brush nib is exceptional. You can go from this to this by angling the pen and moving your hand around, which opens up a plethora of different colouring opportunities for you. And because you've got that beautiful fine tip, you can do flicks with that also, which gives you the very fine detail that you might need. And it also takes you into the smaller areas. So having both of those nibs on there is incredible, actually, for getting the texture and the movement in your colouring pen.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, the fact today that in this bundle we've got such a wide selection of colours as well. I think you're covered off for most sort of things that you're wanting to be colouring in. But you've got a beautiful stamp there. Are you just going to show us a few techniques with the one that you've got there?
I am, yes. So I've got one of the natural beauty stamps that we did, and this one is called Luscious Locks.
Oh, Luscious Locks.
And it's great for practising all of your techniques. Now, what I like to do is to take my pens that I'm going to use to do skin, and I like to just swatch them down. And then what I'll do is I'll put the pen above, so I know which pen was which colour. and then from there, I'll work out where those colours are going to go. Now, if you're part of the Academy of Colour, you will have seen this happen several times, and so you'll know what I'm doing, but I'll talk you through it now. So that one I feel is a little bit bright, so that one's not getting to play. I want this one and this one. So I've got FS9 and FS4, and then I'm going to use a little bit of FS8 as well. Which one was this one?
And again, just for our newbies, so that if you have things like the tri-blends, for example, you've got like the 3 different blends within one pen, but you mentioned like the FS and then the different number there.
Yes.
That's just, so it's the same colour, isn't it? But like
Yes.
a different blend of the colour.
Yes, absolutely. So FS is flesh.
Yeah.
But it's one tone of flesh. There are
Yes.
so many different tones through the marker range, and all of those are worked out for you on that Academy of Colour website if you haven't got that. But in these collections that Ben's got for you here, we've worked out. So the natural collection that Ben had does medium to darker skin tones.
Yes.
And this one does medium to lighter skin tone, depending on how you combine the pens together and what else you add in. So I'm going to start with the lightest colour, Ben, and I'm just going to preserve my highlights. So the other thing about the brush marker is you don't need to, you don't have to do flicking.
No.
You can see here all I'm doing is getting a beautiful soft lay down of colour, which you can do. And I'm preserving my highlight. So by preserving my highlight, that just means leaving an area white on your card.
Okay.
And it's the areas that are going to be further forward that you leave white. So her nose, the tip of her nose, it's going to be right, it's the furthest forward on your face. And then her brow would be further forward than the forehead and the ears. So if you think about the shape of your face. So wherever the face is forward, leave that white for now, and we'll do some sculpting in there in a second. And just get a lovely lay down of your colour everywhere else. And at the moment, we're just mapping out, Ben. So you don't have to worry about getting it perfect straight away. We're just mapping where the colour's going to go. Now I'm going in with my next darkest colour, and I'm going into the areas where there'll be shade. And again, that beautiful, soft brushed nib allows me to get that sculpting in place, where I can put in the shade, so around her hairline, underneath her chin, be darker there, and around here. It would be a little bit darker underneath her brow bone, so that can go in there. And it would be a little bit darker underneath her nose, because the nose will cast a shadow here. So once I've got that in, look how beautifully soft that blends, just straight out. It just happens in front of your eyes. Now when I take my lightest colour, the first colour I've just put down, I can just extend that blend out a little bit. And I can come to the areas that I preserved my highlight on before, add in a tiny bit of colour. Sorry, I've got my head right over the top there. And then that brings that natural shade to the face.
Yes.
What you can do is go back in and add more if you like. Now, I like to do this sometimes with the colour that I'm going to do the blush with. And so this colour, I'll just bring it in here and show you, is much more coral peach in tone. So when I do her blush on her cheek, always do, I'll just show you here, always do a triangle like this. And that's how you're going to sculpt her cheek. You would never do Aunt Sally, cup of tea and a piece of cake, because it doesn't look natural.
That was what I did when I dressed up as an elf at Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
It looked very unnatural.
Yeah. So you're going to go from the hairline out to the centre of the cheek. In a little triangle. That's going to give that sculpting. And then what you do is you go back in with the colour previous and you just soften the edges. And you get that natural shade on her face. Coming from the hairline. If you want to put a little bit more of the darker colour in, if you want to get more chiselling in the face, use the colour that you've used for the blush, because that's obviously the natural skin tone for this person that I'm colouring. So I can go in with that blush colour into the really deeper shaded areas, and I can do a little bit under her nose there. So the same colour as I've used to chisel in her cheek. And then what you would do is take your second colour that I used, and then you'll just blend that out into the rest of your colouring.
So good to watch this.
And that then brings that little face alive there for you. So you get that beautiful chiselling and movement on the flesh. I've used 3 markers there, Ben.
Incredible.
And so you can get that really quickly and easily, and you don't have to be an expert to do that. The markers will, I promise you, help you get that result because of the quality of them. Now, when it comes to your hair and to getting the movement in the hair, again, 3 colours I've got here. I've got a light, a medium and a dark, and I will do the preserved highlight thing again. What I will do is work on 1 lock of hair at a time. So if I work on this little strand here, I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to flick in from the tip, overlaying and varying the length of the flicks. And then I'll turn that around and I'll do the same in the opposite direction.
So,
again, varying the length of the flicks, Ben.
You obviously started from the hair close to her face there. Is that where you would always start, or does it not really matter as long as you concentrate on one bit at a time?
It doesn't really matter as long as you work from one side at a time and you leave the middle as your preserved highlight.
Yeah.
Up to you. So I've done that, that's the lightest colour. Now I would take the middle colour, and it's always best to work on 1 small area at a time because alcohol ink dries fast. As it evaporates and leaves the colour behind. So to get that beautiful movement and blend, you need to be working with wet ink. So that's why you break it down into a small section at a time. And you can see I'm just not moving my hand off the table. I'm just doing the tiny, tiny little flicks. And I'm preserving my highlight in the centre as I go. Then I repeat now with the 3rd colour, the darkest one. And watching this come to life when you do this, Ben, it's really satisfying. You know, it's definitely, I'm going to say a labour of love. It's not a quick craft, but the results are something that you'd want to frame.
Oh, absolutely right. And do you know what as well? I would say that if you are enjoying this, which I know you are, and maybe you're thinking about getting into colouring, you're getting these illustrators today as well, and you haven't yet potentially jumped on the Academy of Colour bus, it might be something that you might want to do. I know, certainly as of a couple of weeks ago, we had all of the different instalments up for grabs on the website, and you're going to get all of this tuition with Leann as well. So if you find this beneficial, just to watch Leann for sort of 10-15 minutes or so, do have a look about the Academy of Colour as well, because it is an absolutely brilliant, award-nominated academy.
Thank you. Right, so you can see what I've done there is just preserve my highlight on that lock, and then you take, and I can do another one for you to see, but you take each lock as a separate piece. There is that one that I've done there, and you repeat that process just on 1 small area at a time.
So how long would it take you then, if you sat down start to finish, to do that?
To do that, I would say 40 minutes.
Okay.
Being honest about it, because I like to take my time.
Yeah.
It's very therapeutic. If I was rushing
Yeah.
and I was just trying to get the colour on there fast, maybe it's 20 to 25. But if I was having a nice time and enjoying the experience, it would be 40 to 45 minutes.
But incredible, and it should be something that you're going to sit and enjoy and take your time doing, isn't it? Very therapeutic, very mindful to be able to do that, and just great to see Leann in action as well. Just whilst you're colouring, Sarah says, I have this, I've said this before, says Sarah, but it pays to repeat. I absolutely 100% love my Illustrator markers, and I've got the whole lot. And then just on that note, again, a worthwhile question to ask, because Charlotte's saying she's got the big set of illustrators. Does she need to get these colours as well that we've got on the show?
The big set?
Yeah. So that's
the big box.
Yeah.
There are some colours here that aren't in that box, so the choice is yours. I never worry about that when I'm purchasing, I have to be honest, as Charlotte.
Yeah.
Because when you're using your markers, they eventually run out.
Yeah.
So if you want to have the colours that you don't have, then that would be great. But then if you do have some repeats, it just means you've got those markers waiting ready for when your colours run out, so you can use them again. And unopened, you've got a very good shelf life on these, so you don't need to worry about that.
And these sort of 4-packs have been more curated, haven't they, colour-wise?
They have. And they're more curated for achieving a certain result or effect. I mean, the first one you showed, Ben, where we had was a botanical. It had a pink and a yellow and a purple in there.
Yeah.
Had 2 MGs and a yellow. That set's being curated because, for example, layering the MG3 over CT4 gives you a beautiful orange peach colour.
Yeah.
And you can ombre between the two. Doing the same with the MG1 and the PV3 lightens the PV3 for you. Using MG1, MG3 and PV3 to get as your 3 shades, even though PV is a separate colour, using it as a base colour, which we've done on Academy of Colour as well, brings a whole different look to the item you're colouring. So we've curated those markers so that you can use them at home and you'll get really great results.
And just also, just reminding me as well, whilst we're going through these, in the, where's it gone now? The Essentials blend, we've got a pen in there called the Blender. What's that one used for?
So it doesn't blend.
No. No, it's funny, isn't it?
Isn't it? Now, the reason we left it called a blender was because all alcohol collections have a blender pen in.
Yeah.
It's a deleter, actually.
Yes.
It's a fixer, so it knocks the colour back. It removes colour. If we had not put the blender pen in and called it a blender, those of you who are used to having a blender pen in your collection would say, oh, well, that's not a very good selection. They haven't got a blender pen. So we had to leave it in there, but I would actually like to call it delete or erase because it doesn't actually blend. From a very light colour, it will soften an edge, but it will not blend two colours together. So it's for fixing mistakes, softening edges, moistening your card if you want to go in with a very pastel colour and creating some special effects.
Marvellous. Thank you as well for the comments coming in. This is what it's all about. Kerry Carney just said, I'm learning so much this morning. That's what it's all about. And Charlotte says, we love watching Leann colouring and always put her on when we are doing our colouring. We adore the Academy of Colour. It is just amazing. And just whilst you're colouring as well, Jotty says, where's that stamp from, Leann?
We launched this a little while ago.
Yeah.
It's our stamp, Natural Beauty.
Yes.
I'll show you the picture. There you go.
There it is.
So this is Luscious Locks. I'm sure it's on the website.
It is, yep. There we go. Brilliant stuff. It is so lovely to be able to watch you in action here. And I think, as I said, if you haven't yet joined the Academy of Colour, then it's something definitely worth doing because you're going to get, I think it's 18 hours we'll have, won't we, by the time it's all launched? Yes,
absolutely. 18 hours of uninterrupted colouring and chat. Well, I'm just saying. I mean, if the cap fits, Ben. But, you know, we've done that on purpose because,
I know, of course.
For all it's glorious to have the interaction between, you know, us two on a show. It's great, I think, for everybody at home just to have that experience of, you know, not having to break away. And it's really just like having me in the home.
Yeah.
Ben, it really is. So you see, I actually broke one chunk up there into half. And that's always a good idea. If something feels a bit big, if you feel, oh my word, that is big, where do I put the flicks? Break it into 3 sections.
I see.
And deal with one section at a time. And that's what I did with this bit up here. So you just choose where you're going, do that, and then treat this as a second section. And this is where you'll get all of that lovely layering and movement in your colouring.
Beautiful. So many of you just saying how much you love this collection. Absolutely worth picking this set up as well. The 4-pack selection. 32 of our dual tip pens in total. And it's an amazing saving for you today as well. So, well, I say savings for you today. 20%, then 15%. Then your platinum discount, wherever you are, if you're platinum, you've got that price down to $54.34 or $65.06. And these are all of the different colours that you're going to get. So it is 4 packs, 32 pens in total. So 8 different selections through your delicate and basics. You've got the stylish. This one is the essential. So that one is your blender, delete, erase, pen. Then you've got your botanicals in there, which we had a little look at. There's your naturals and also your beautiful aquatics. And then you have your selection of verdants in there as well. So 32 dual tip markers for just £54.34 or $65.06. All of those for that amazing price. So do snap those up. We're going to have a quick look at these grab bags as well. Robbie just saying, I love when Leann is on. I'm learning a ton, and I've been card making for years. Done very little colouring though, because it was intimidating. But, says Robbie, Leann, I save all of her shows. Colouring is now something that I love to do, so thank you.
Robbie, I'm so happy to hear that. that. Whenever I hear feedback like that, it makes my heart happy, because colouring is a fantastic thing to do, you know, in your paper craft, and so many people are intimidated, and if we can just remove that and make, you know, give you the confidence to go ahead and enjoy it. It's what we're here for, Robbie, so thank you.
Absolutely right. And like you said, more than anything, obviously, you know, we're here to bring you these amazing products, and we hope you snap the deals up. But if we get comments like that of going, oh, I feel like I've learned something, or I feel like I'm less intimidated now about a particular style of crafting, then that makes us very happy, and it shows that we're doing our job properly as well. Now, grab bags today. We've been doing these this week. They've been very popular. I've got to tell you, the 2 grab bags that we've got today, definitely the best grab bags that we've done this week. They are insane value for money. Do not wait around on these. They will be snapped up. If you don't get them, somebody else will. This is a Spectrum Noir grab bag. $43.45 is the value of this bag. $61.95. Look at your saving. Then if you're in the club, if you're platinum, you're down to £20 or $28. And when I throw at you, when I bring to you one of our discovery kits, the most popular discovery kit that we have already. You're looking at this and thinking this bag is going to be awesome, because you've got your manga and comic discovery kit, £15 or $20, that one. So already you're pretty much getting towards the value of your bag if you're platinum. You've got a selection of your classics and illustrators in there, plus an art liner and all of the information that you would need too. We're then going to give you the amazing set of our acrylic paint markers. These are your essentials, and Leann talking a lot about preserving your highlight. You've got that beautiful white pen in there. Amongst that, you've got the beautiful gold, your silver and your black in there too. Literally lay those down on anything. I remember when we first launched those, I know I always say this, I repeat myself a lot, I know, but we did some pebble drawings, and I created a ladybug.
Oh.
Yeah. And I
love to do pebble drawings.
They're so much fun, aren't they?
They are fun, they really are. And then hide them in the garden.
Yes.
Varnish them and hide them.
Round our village,
yeah.
they create them, and some of them have little messages on. And what you're supposed to do when you find one, you pick it up and then you read it, and it's obviously really nice. And then you go and hide it somewhere else for someone else to find.
Isn't it lovely?
I think it's really cute.
I do too.
And you're also going to get a set of our dual-ended metallic markers as well. Absolutely stunning. 6 pens included in there too. All this for £20 or $28. Plus, we're going to give you one of our illustrators to get trying with, and banned from the bags, we thought, but no, it's in there. One of the glossy highlights, a bottle of our glossy highlights is included. All of that content for £20 or $28 is incredible. Whether you're buying this because you need to top up, whether you're buying this because you want to try out, or whether you're buying this simply because you're thinking, hang on a minute, I can keep some of this for myself and potentially give some of these away as gifts. That is a huge value for money deal. These grab bags have been insane. One of the best ones of the week for just £20 or $28. Snap it up, and do check out the other grab bag that we've got on the show today as well, that embossing folder grab bag, which is just incredible. Talking of incredible, we are back round to where we started with a brand new launch. The amazing 3D embossing folders and dies. These are incredible. They are so craftable, so easy to use, and so many different things that you can do with them as well. I think we have merely scratched the surface over the course of the last hour and 45 minutes on these, but they are incredible, and we've put a showstopper deal for you together as well. Can you believe this? We're talking already a quarter of the stock of the showstopper has gone with the brand new collection. But in the showstopper, you're going to receive all of these goodies as well. So you've got the blending tool, you've got the Gilding Flakes kit from the vintage Butterflies collection, and one of our water reactive ink pads in the Smoke Plume. That is £16 or $21 extra that we're only adding an extra £5 or $5 onto the price tag for. So more often than not, people buy the showstoppers, and that is certainly what is happening today with a quarter of the stock of that gone. You'll get your discount, you'll get your Club Inspire discount, and then you get those goodies added on as well. £32.77 or $41.30 for this set. And in essence, what you've got in here are some gorgeous 3D embossing folders, some beautiful nesting dies, which will work wonderfully away from each other. You can use these individually, but when you combine the two, you can create some of the most stunning projects. And in my little mind, again, like you look at this board and just see that as the front of your card, you know, just embossing this, adding your layers in, adding some matting and layering, popping a little sentiment in there, that's going to look incredible. But of course, you can do so much more with these, as you've already seen this morning. That dome card that Leann made right at the top of the show, again, just incredible and really, really simple to do as well. I like the idea as well of multi-cutting the frames and lining these up and creating like your sort of, it is inapage, I'm right in saying that, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inapage and pyramage.
Yeah. And yes, pyramage, when you're obviously building, like the pyramids.
Like the pyramids.
Yeah, building the layers up. I just think they're incredible. And there's so many different things that you can do with these as well. Whether you go on the portrait or whether perhaps you use these on the landscape as well, they are going to look incredible. And like I said, if you decide that you just want to create a beautiful embossed image and not use the dies, you can. If you just want to use these as really handy little nesting dies on their own, you can. But when you combine them together, you're going to create some of the most amazing cards really, really simply, even if you've never made a card before in your life. That's why these are flying out the door, because they create something that looks totes profesh, but you don't have to be a professional to use them. $32.77, $41.30. I realise we're getting towards the end of the show, but I reckon before we do the vote, Leanne, can we squeeze in one more quick little...
Well, I'll do a little technique for you, Ben, because what I want to show you is how fabulous these look in the manner I intended them. You know, when we're talking about Michelangelo in the Sistine Chapel.
Yes.
So I've just got a bit of black card that I've cut to 4x6, and then because those gilding waxes are back in stock, we've got to use them because they are perfect for this 3D technique. Let me get my glasses on, I'll tell you which one I'm using.
Okay.
Bear with. That's where I am in life right now, Ben.
What, glasses on?
Glasses on.
I know
this
the feeling.
is a mystery pot.
It's a mystery.
Where is the name? It just says gilding wax.
It says it in... Let me have a look.
Oh.
You got it?
Empire Gold.
Empire.
Got it. Empire Gold. That's the one we've got. Now, I have done a piece of black card with that embossing folder, and you may or may not be able to see the beautiful 3D texture there because it's black. However, when I use my gilding wax, and this is where I like to be extra.
Extra?
Extra. Yeah, like lots of gilding wax.
Oh, like whack it on.
Like whack it on.
Slap it on.
Slap it on. Now I'm going to do two different things to show you. I'm going to do what we've been doing up to now, which is where I take it off on the glass mat.
Yeah.
And then just use it to highlight the detail. Now look how lovely that is. So you get a little soft appearance down here, but it really does give the 3D embossing on there is incredible with that gilding wax. These folders were made for gilding wax. Now I know we use this technique with other folders, but when you haven't got this level of embossed detail, it never quite has the impact that being able to do this does. So I'm going to leave that and call that semi-extra.
Semi-extra.
And then I'm going extra up at the top here because, oh, Ben, I just absolutely love it when I put on that gilding wax. And you can see, you can buff it away, and I'm going to show you what happens when you buff it away in a second. You can put it on, really do get it on there. It feels like the most beautiful gold or silver or bronze or whatever colour you use, fabulous frame. So it takes on the appearance of actual metal.
Why more often than not then do we see everyone using a lighter touch? Because in my mind this looks incredible.
I don't know whether people are just a bit scared or whether they think maybe that's how you have to use it.
Yeah.
I mean, this product was developed for renovating furniture.
Furniture, wasn't it? Yeah.
In stately homes, etc. So it has the actual real metal inside. And so it was meant to be used in this fashion. And so you can see that there, and that looks incredible, doesn't it? Look at the difference between the two. You just choose what you like, but you can make this whole piece of black card look and feel like a gilded photograph frame.
Yeah.
Cut this out, put a little photograph behind.
Oh, incredible.
Send it, I mean, absolutely. And look, you can buff it. And when you buff it, it brings all of that detail, so it doesn't come off, but it brings the detail back to life, and it takes on this hugely reflective shine, which looks absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it does.
Choose your poison, whichever one you want. The choice is yours. It's your frame, your black card, your gilding wax. But look, I just wanted to show you, you can create that full frame look by really getting your gilding wax on there.
I absolutely love that. I go right. Which way do you guys go? I'm definitely a right man on that.
I'm a right man.
Right man. Camera right.
Camera right.
Oh, you like left, John, is you? Yeah, I know. Where are you going, George? George going right. Johnny, you're on your own. Oh, Jamie's in there.
Full goal.
Oh, he's going
Jamie's the
right.
right man. Okay, right wins.
Right wins. But, you know, wherever you want to go, let us know in the comments. We are going to get a vote in very quickly, just a few moments' time. However, I do just want to quickly show you the grab bag of all grab bags. If you like the grab bag that we had for the Spectrum Noir goodies, then this one for me is the best, I think, of the week. Apparently we weren't supposed to be doing it, but you know what? We're rebels. Johnny was told at 10:30 you're not doing it, and he went, you know what? I am. This is incredible.
That's the power that man wields.
Doesn't he?
Isn't he?
He walks around here with a...
Like a jovial dad.
Yeah.
And he's got all the power.
Yeah. He comes across like, you know, yeah, right, man, producer Johnny Lake. But you cross him. He's just said, I walk around like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
But he has trousers on.
Yeah, not just in his t-shirt, no. But he's like Master Yoda, George says. I think it's right, yeah. He's got all the power.
Put the grab bag on, we will. Why, aye, man.
Oh dear, that's so funny. Oh, I really need that for my text message. And I'm going to have to sit you down. We need a recording session, Ben.
Oh, he said that last time.
I'd like Geordie Yoda to be my text message. Why, aye, man, really.
Message you have, why, aye, man, like. I'm getting out of the tune later. Grab bag we have. Buy it you must. Why, aye.
We'll do your voice message as well later.
Yes, thank you.
In between the two later shows.
Yes, great.
But anyway, the reason why this is so amazing is the fact, look at the value for money you're getting here. Not just embossing folders, but we've got cut and embossed folders in here. Two that I've never seen before, which are in creds. This one is the Shine Bright Like a Diamond. Then you've got the Yuletide frame as well. Both these big size too, both 5x7s. Then you get some 3D embossing folders as well. That one is the beautiful seamless, it is, isn't it? Yeah, seamless wave. You're going to get another embossing folder in here, which is those stunning polka dots. On top of that, you're going to get a couple of those amazing slimline panel embossing folders, 3D as well, don't forget, and those are the Bloom and Grow. If you're looking at that already and thinking, how am I getting that for £20 or $28? I am not finished. You've got a stunner of an embossing folder from the Nitwit collection. That is the beautiful, brilliant florals, that one. Again, wonderful size, 5x7. That is a card in itself as far as I'm concerned. You know, you talk about your dies being creator cards, whack that one through your machine, adding a little bit of colour, embellishment, sentiment, boom, you're done. And then finally, one of the best of all time from the Country Lane collection, that stunning Gateway to the Country, which is again a 5x7 cut and embossed folder with that stunning scenery, and then the gate which opens up as well. I absolutely love that. That is the best. I'm putting it out there. It's the best grab bag that we've done this week. Do not miss out. £20, $28. Please, please, please snap that one up. Even if you've got some of the content in the bag, it's worth buying again for the bits that you haven't, and you can give the other bits away. It's incredible. Right, let us get a vote going, because we do need to find out the demo of the show. It will be, of course, a Leann win today. Potentially, Leann will get a star back up on the board. They've all gone again.
Oh, do you know, I might have to have Stargate again.
Stargate, oh yeah.
Yeah, let's see how it goes for the day. I don't have any stars, Ben.
What?
I don't have any genuine stars.
Aww.
I'm starless, Ben.
You're not in my eyes.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks. I'm not taking it personally, because usually when I come in, I never finish anything, because I'm always showing you 27 different techniques.
That is very true.
But I'm not going to hold it against the unfair system that we have set up here at Crafters TV.
And isn't it unfair?
It is unfair, Ben. It's unfair.
Yeah.
Here we go. And Debbie and Corinne are in, and they're competitive when it comes to stars.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. They'll be there cheering their own cheer.
Yeah. Maybe we should say as they're in, they can't
be part of...
maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
You know.
Anyhow, these are the two that we've done with the folders. There we go. And I've included the two with the gilding on, because I quite like it. So number 1, blue. Number 2, pastel.
Okay. 1 blue, 2 pastel. You've got about a minute to get you voting on that one. Fast as you can. Go, go, go. Just to remind you again, if you like those cards, by the way, all made with this fantastic showstopper deal. Just to reiterate again, if you want to go for the new launch on its own, you can do, but we're showing you the showstopper collection because that is what the majority of you are buying, and for an extra £5, $5, you get these goodies as well. So that's £16, $21 worth of extra goodies that you're going to get within the actual bundle itself. So that's why we're showing you it. Over a quarter of the stock has already gone. It does not officially launch until 6 o'clock tonight. So if you know that you love it, if you've enjoyed the demos already today, then grab it now, or certainly when we go off air in just a couple of minutes time, grab it, get it in your basket, get it checked out, and then come back tonight, 6 o'clock, 1 o'clock Eastern, where you can see a whole couple of hours of amazing demos. Lots of fun as well. Friday night, so we'll be giddy, we'll be happy, we'll be having lots of fun and all sorts going on at that show. So make sure you come back and watch. In between times, of course, we have got a fantastic Spectrum Noir masterclass for you as well. So think of any questions. Make sure you come back in an hour. Think of any questions that you might have that you want to throw Leann's way, and we will make it nice and interactive over the course of that show. Just whilst we're waiting for the result to come in as well, loads on the website. You need to check the website, all sorts on there. You can find out what is coming up across the day today by hitting the Shop the Day button. That's probably the best thing to do. You can look out as well for all of those yellow stickers too. Those yellow stickers are the Love to Craft discounts that we've had right throughout this week. New ones, of course, today as well, where you get that discount, you get that second discount of 15%, and then, of course, you get your Club Inspire discount on top of that as well. And on the website today, and only for today, it is Fiver Friday. Whoop, whoop. There is a section that you'll find on the homepage. If you click on that, it will open up a whole selection of amazing items for guess how much? £5. Lots of them have already sold out, though, is what I would say. So do get in nice and early and have a look. A few final comments. We've got a result come in as well. Michelle Parsons just saying, Leann, you will always be the brightest of stars for us.
Oh, Michelle, thank you so much. I'm just going to take that. I don't need any stars on that board now. Thank you.
And Robbie said, you need a lot of stars. I mean, do you know what? To be honest, it's not big enough for the amount of stars that Leann needs.
Correct.
So
therefore then be embarrassing for everybody else.
It would be.
Yeah.
Your stars would have to go the length of the studio wall across there.
Yeah.
And probably then round here.
Yeah.
Round to my side, round the back. I mean, it's just
yeah.
It's not fair on everyone else.
No, exactly, Ben.
Demo of the show. 1.
Yay! Blue one. I agree with that, actually.
Yes, I do.
I think that it really does stand out. Thank you very much. I love that one.
Well, what a marvellous couple of hours that's been. Thank you so much, Leann. Always marvellous. And we will be back together in an hour's time for that Spectrum Noir Masterclass. Lots to come there. Lots of great products. Lots of great demos. Lots of great hints, tips and techniques. And hopefully lots of great questions from you guys as well. So in the meantime, check out your baskets and we will come back with that Masterclass in an hour's time. Until then, bye for now.